The Miami Heat are coming off another dominating win over the Charlotte Hornets last night, but it came with another loss, another injury for the Miami Heat. I'll break down what happened last night and who's to on this episode of Heat Digest. Remember to subscribe to the channel, as 97% of you guys watching are not subbed, and it would mean a lot to us at Heat Digest if you did, as we are on the road to 250 subscribers. Let's get to it. So the injury bug strikes once again to the Miami Heat, and this time it was to our 22-year-old rookie, Jaime Jaquez Jr. Last night he was playing spectacular. Started the first quarter with 15 points on 7 of 10 shooting, 4 rebounds, and a steal with a plus-minus of plus 11. This tweet from Jaquez Jr. Muse on Twitter, so shout out to him for this tweet, breaking down his first quarter stats. The problem is, he only got to play one quarter of basketball, as last night he exited early. Miami Heat tweeted this: Jaime Jaquez Jr. left tonight's game versus the Hornets with a left groin strain and will not return. Now, for the Miami Heat, this is another brutal loss, as he probably will only be out for a week's worth of time. I'm not going to speculate, but Spoelstra did say in a tweet that it wasn't that bad and he's had this injury before. So, saying this, Spo says Jaime Jaquez Jr. won't travel to Brooklyn for tomorrow's game, which is tonight. Will be listed day to day after that. The quote from Spoelstra is, "It's not as severe as the one he had previously early in the season." Now, if you don't remember, Jaime Jaquez Jr. had a left groin strain in the preseason before this season had started. He was able to get through it and play. Apparently, that injury was much more severe than this one currently is. Jaquez said after the game in a post-game report that it happened around the 3:30 mark when he did get the one steal he had in the first quarter and left in the transition on one foot to then dunk the basketball. He said it didn't feel great at that point, and then going forward, and then talking to an athletic trainer on the bench, he said he might as well just go to the tent and get evaluated, and they were being precautious and not sending him back on the floor. Now, it's not good to ever lose players, especially when you're already shorthanded. But Jimmy Butler has been listed as game time decision for the last 4 games. He's not been rushed back. He's been taking all the time he needs, and I hope the Miami Heat go about treating Jaquez the same exact way. I know he's not on the same level as Jimmy Butler, but let the kid rest. Don't force him back early in order to just to have him back as just to fill some minutes. Use the guys that we have on the roster. Use some depth, so we don't force him back too early, and then he gets re-injured, and it's even worse, and then he misses a whole lot of time compared to maybe even just a week. And now, let's get to the breakdown of last night's win for the Miami Heat, as they were propelled by a Jaquez first quarter that he just seemed unguardable. He seemed unstoppable. It was Wade's retirement night. They were acknowledging Dwayne Wade for the great that he was when playing for the Miami Heat. And it resulted in a dominant win for the Miami Heat, 104-87 over the Charlotte Hornets. They were playing great all-around basketball. Like I said, they were led by Jaquez in the first quarter with 15 points on 7 of 10 shooting. He ended up taking one more shot and finished 7 of 11 shooting from the field. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Ended with a plus-minus of plus 8. Simply great for only 15 minutes played and leaving with a groin injury. Tyler Hero added to the contribution, 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists with a plus-minus of plus 12, shooting the ball just under 50%, which is what we love to see, as he's been struggling with his shooting percentages over the last stretch of games. And finally, Bam Adebayo simply doing what he does best, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists with a block and a plus-minus of plus 5. Obviously, Duncan Robinson and Josh Richardson did their thing coming off the bench, adding 19 and 11, respectfully. And then we had Jovic getting another start, as Jimmy Butler has once again been sidelined in this game with the right foot irritation. 5 points. He didn't only shot 2 of 6, but he added 7 rebounds and 2 assists in a plus-minus of plus 13. Simply fantastic stuff from the Miami Heat. When the Jaquez goes down, it really is the next man mentality. We saw Duncan add in a bunch of good minutes, adding productive minutes at that when Jaquez did go down. Now, the Heat shot extremely well from 3. They shot 44%, as the Hornets only shot 24.5%. Just simply got it done from the field. They shot almost 50%, as the Hornets didn't even shoot 35%. Despite losing the rebounding battle, we were able to win the turnover battle, which is always, always, always a win, as the Miami Heat have struggled all year long in not turning the ball over. It's good to see them beat a team that we're supposed to win, but like we're supposed to dominate the Charlotte Hornets. We've now swept them in the season series 4-0. Love to see the Miami Heat take care and capitalize on games that we're supposed to win. We're supposed to win dominantly. It's unfortunate that we did lose Jaime Jaquez in the first quarter to that left groin injury, but it seems like he will be back in a relatively short amount of time, which is always a good thing. Hopefully, they let him sit as long as it's needed, as we do have a full roster of active players that are more than willing and able to play, especially in this Heat system. Hopefully, Jimmy Butler can possibly return tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. It is in Brooklyn, so it will be interesting to see if Jaquez even travels, as this is a 2-game road stand, in that we go to Toronto after tonight's game in Brooklyn. Jimmy Butler has been listed as a game time decision for tonight's game, so it will be interesting to see if he does play due to the absence of Jaquez. But again, it is to be determined, and we will know closer to game time. Again, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel as we're on the road to 250 subscribers. Thanks for watching.